Hey guys, welcome back to another edition of Rate My Base. So today we are going to go in and rate Shyong. I actually have fought him before, but he has changed his base now. So I fought him a long time ago, and it appears he has a lot of goals. So it appears like he's online right now. So there's a good chance that we're not going to be able to attack him right at the second. But if we do attack him, he's going to be worth a lot of gold, which would be nice for us. So off the bat, he has a lot of art blasters, which I really like. A little bit of pyromancers, a little bit of paladins. So I mean, it looks fairly similar to my base almost type thing. I'm not sure what these little curves up here are gonna do for the base. It may be just the rune layout that he doesn't have enough room to like make a longer curve here, like one longer line. But yeah, that is interesting. Having the one barricade there definitely does help because nothing else, you can't attack anything else. Like putting the barricade there, so you have to slowly stop and hit that barricade, and you have to slowly stop. So that could be the reason he did that curvage right there. Other than that, nothing else really stands out particular on his base. Lots of gargoyle towers, so you're going to want to bring cannons or archers. He has a lot of ranged troops, so you might want to bring archers for that. Like I said, with the sword rain level 5, I should be able to take out both of the art blasters and the pyromancers in one hit. The cannons are going to sit back here, kill that barricade, sit back here, kill that barricade, and then eventually they're going to slowly move up, and then they're going to probably stay around like right here, the very corner, because the next thing they're going to target is these two. So the cannons might actually sit far enough back where his ranged troops here don't hit them. So what he may want to do is he may want to add a corner cannon right here, because then that way the cannon will move up a little bit and target that. So like in the last base, we saw a guy had the firebolt cannon in the corner, and it worked out really, really well for him. The cannon sat there and tried to attack it. The firebolt cannon was able to attack the cannon, and it was able to destroy several cannons. So you might want to put a firebolt cannon in the corner there. And other than that, it looks fairly good. The big issue is getting through the first barricade and then getting through these next two barricades so your hero can clean up all the troops over here. Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty much the only thing I can deduce from the thing there. So what we're going to do is we're going to go, and hopefully this works, because I have a feeling he's online, so I don't think this is going to work. Probably going to go 3 cannons in the beginning to take out the 2 barricades as soon as possible, and see how they sit there. And then we'll come up here, and then after that we'll start bringing, because you don't want to have, if you have like 2 cannons and like 5 knights, then the knights are actually going to bunch up around the cannon, and then they might come around the corner, and then they might trigger all the ranged troops that come up here. Although there really shouldn't be, because you're going to sword raid, but just in case. So 3 cannons at first to see, and if the ranged troops go by, then you slowly add out the knights here and there, a couple at a time, so they don't trigger everything. Might go archers there as well. So it's going to depend on how this first area comes out and see what he's got there, and also how his first couple waves come out. Because with this setup, his first wave troop we're going to fight like right around here. So his second wave troop we should fight probably up here. So hopefully we can kill his second and his 4th wave troop with 1 sword rain right here. And that's what we're going to try and do. We're going to try and kill 2 waves with 1 sword rain. I'm going to go ahead and attack now. And so like I said, I'm going to try 3 cannons at first and then go from there on the fly. And wow, he actually wasn't on line. So 3 cannons. So we're going to get a good amount of loot in this. Probably should have waited for a second on my firestorm to bring out a couple archers to help me kill these guys. And my hero is just going to work on these guys. So now I'm going to bring out archers. I misspoke last time. I bring out knights first. So I'm going to hold on just a second and wait for this troop up here. Those guys are going to get sword rain, kill them. Now I'm going to bring out another cannon. So it didn't work out as I wanted it, and I'm almost dead now, so I have to run back. I'm going to call the troops back a little bit, bring in another cannon or so. So I messed up there as well. I should have moved up and attacked the other troops as well. A little hasty on the finger there. So I was debating on whether moving back or actually go ahead and just attacking that character. Because I can't do anything to this Firebolt tower until I have my Firestorm up. Coming back to the far corner here so I can lure out the ranged troops. My hero won't have enough life, so head back. Excuse me. I'm going to bring out lots of archers now. And unfortunately, I was not able to get past there. And that's because he has arrow towers and other things. So my hero wasn't able to regenerate unless I ran all the way back. And like doing that, you lose so much time. So I rushed a little bit too premature. I went in there, trying to get through the gate. That tower was almost dead. So if I, would have done a couple more hits to it, it would have been dead. Would have been to get down the gate, and then I would have been able to regenerate a little bit because he has a bomb tower there. So all in all, great design. He killed me, which is great for him because now, I had the choice of resurrecting or retreating. A lot of people will resurrect, which means he'll get a gem out of it, or 2, depending on how expensive your resurrect is. Very, very good design. That Firebolt cannon in the beginning here really did a lot of damage. So I said we're not using any gems in this. We are going to go back. So even if I were to get past that section, I still only would have 38 seconds left, I believe it said. So his base is really, really good, and it definitely one of the stronger bases that I've seen, especially for this level, for him not having, appearing that many of the advanced towers. So we're going to go back in there and look at it again. You can see he's still giving a lot of money. We did get a decent chunk. We got like I think 40 or 50,000, and I don't remember exactly. Wasn't paying much attention, but he still has a decent chunk of money. His troops and everything worked really well together. The cannons did actually slide past all the ranged troops until the other troops started coming around. So what you could do is bring out a lot of cannons, and then kind of one by one cannon, and the cannons would slowly march their way down until they decide to go and attack that one, and then you're all screwed because the cannons are going to move up some, and they're going to hit by the range. If you call them, they should probably move down and attack the ones you want down here, but still that's that takes some learning there on when to call them, and if it even works. It's not 100% sure that's going to work. So all in all, great base. Like I said, this up here doesn't do anything for me, but we didn't get that far, so it didn't matter. His design here is great. The Firebolt tower is the second one right here. Great placement of it behind a barricade, so it's doing a lot of damage. I believe that was a gargoyle tower with the spikes, so that works out as a good combination right there. As you saw, I got over here, was going through the barricade, and my hero was almost dead, so I had to run back. So those work out well. Spikes, gargoyle tower, barricade, so they have to stop right there. And you'd be surprised, the spikes actually do decent amount of damage even to the hero. The gargoyle tower can hurt the hero because it has the burn on it, and then adding the fireball tower right there. I'm not sure if at that time these guys were able to hit me at all. I don't think so because I was down in that corner more. But all in all, that worked out really well, and that's a good setup. And then same thing over here. He had a really good setup. He had the gargoyle tower, and I don't recall exactly what's there, but I know there was an archer tower there, and I think he had another archer tower over here or another fireball tower. I can't remember. But all in all, you see everything worked well for his advantage. He had a lot of ranged troops that kept doing damage, doing work on my hero. I was never able to really regenerate. There was no spots that were safe for my hero, which is a big plus, because you want to be charging forward, and I couldn't do that because my hero was dead. Otherwise, I'm going to resurrect. So all in all, great base. I'm debating between a 9 and 10 or a 10 and 10. It's hard to say. He did kill me, which is a big plus, and that definitely moves it up a notch. I did make one mistake that I should have killed the extra wave of troops that came up here that I prematurely sword rained down here. So it's difficult to say. I don't really see many things wrong that I would want to change with this base. Like, the only thing I would actually change would be putting like a fireball tower in the corner here. And, I don't know if he has anything over here or what. But that's probably the only thing I would change. I'd probably move that tower down to there. So I'm going to go with a 10 out of 10 on this base. Because, like I said, there's not many things that I would change. His troop formation seems really good. And, as you get stronger, you're going to unlock the mortar, and he'll throw one mortar in there. And this is going to be a really deadly base if you add a mortar, but I don't believe he's at that throne room yet. A lot of people aren't that high, so you can't fault him for not having a mortar. And then, everything else just works out great. Great strategy there. Good placement of the barricades. Surprisingly, I thought, you may need more barricades over here to block the way, but it worked out perfectly. These ones are in great positions because you have to sit there and attack that one single thing. Then you have to attack that one single thing. You can't attack two targets. Whereas up here, when you attack and do any of your spells, you're going to hit all three of these. That's part of the reason you don't bunch everything all together. But yeah, all in all, great defense. So if you are looking for a defense, this one is definitely worth a copy. If you can fit this defense in your thing, set it up like this, great copy. And you don't have to have tons and tons of expensive things. He may have 2 or 3 of the fireball towers. I don't know. I think we only saw one, honestly. So a couple of the fire towers. So this is a very cheap, effective base that pretty much anyone can use once they get up to, I think, Throne Room 5 or Throne Room 6 when you unlock the gargoyle tower and the firebolt tower. So that's going to do it. And even if you want to copy and you don't have the firebolt tower, just throw an arrow tower there, and it will still work okay. It won't work as good as that one, but it's better than nothing. And great job there, Shyong.